What's up, guys? It's Sight After Dark out of Brooklyn, New York. I'm C for Graffiti.
I'm Dan Berg.
Today we are reacting to Arriving Somewhere, but Not Here by Porcupine Tree. This was suggested by our patron, Paul Fenwick. Shout out to you, Paul. Guys, head on over to our Patreon, subscribe for as little as $1 a month, and get in on all of our content decisions. Thumbs up if you like it.
Drive in the dark. Never look for the truth in your mother's eyes. Never trust the sound of rain upon a river rushing through your ears. Arriving somewhere, but not here. Did you imagine the final sound is a gun? All the smashing windscreen of a car. Did you ever imagine the last thing you'd hear as you fading out was a song? Arriving somewhere, but not here. All my designs simplified. It's all of my plans compromised. It's all of my dreams sacrificed.
take a bow.
That was fast.
That was sick. I'm putting that on a playlist.
Talk about late 90s grunge and early 2000s kind of pop rock. That kind of...
But also Pink Floyd.
Yes. Yeah. They definitely have that vibe there. I really like it. Is this an American band?
I don't know, but I'm putting this on a playlist right now.
I feel like a lead singer doesn't seem American to me. I don't know why.
Interesting. Because I was going to not say that.
Really? I don't know. I just feel like the way he was talking, it almost sounds like a country, like comes from a country where they do speak where they do speak English and stuff like that, like really, really well, like Sweden or something like that.
They speak it real good?
They speak it real good.
Yeah.
They talk it real good. like a band like Aha. Like, you know what I mean? How they, they speak English really, really well and stuff like that. But I was just wondering, it was something about, I swore I heard an accent, but I don't know. Anyway.
I'll get back to that, but I wanted to say that, I thought it was crazy how all over the place it was, but so cohesive. It kind of sounded almost like if Dream Theater with no classical influence. You know what I mean? Like Dream Theater if it was just straight up like Pink Floyd, punk rock, and metal. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's almost like there was kind of some parts I'm like, oh, this is kind of like The Offspring. This is kind of like Linkin Parky a little bit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It was just like really all over the place, and I really like how they use. I really like it when people use like everything that's really like available to them to make things sound a certain way, and they had all the stuff. They had all the synths. They had the. First of all, tell me also how their story, because I noticed the keyboard player seemed a lot older than the rest of them.
Right.
So I'm just curious how they got together. Tell us about Porcupine Tree. Mm-hmm. But they had all the synths. They had the second guitarist. He had this pedal. This is what I think it was, just by hearing it. He had this. There's this pedal that you can use to make an electric guitar sound like an acoustic guitar.
Okay.
And I definitely think he was using that at some points, and I'd never actually seen anybody use that before. I've seen it in the store, but I've never actually seen someone use it before, and I see why he would use it, and it sounded really good. Cool. And they just all tore it up. But do you have anything else, or before I get into what I think the guy is?
That guy really knows what a solo is. Right? And his fingers, it went far out when it was supposed to be. It got a little bit, it was just great. It was just a really great solo. It had so much dynamism in it, right? And it stretched out for a long time. And then of course he came from that kind of Mark Knopfler school where he was just playing the guitar like it was nothing, like it was just a part of him. Just the way he was holding it, playing and walking around, his showmanship. As opposed to the actual guitar playing, but the actual guitar playing was stellar. Within the frame of this type of song, the guitar solo took me everywhere I wanted to go in the song. So I thought that was cool. Yeah.
All right. So I was gonna talk about this guy. I feel like he looks like the dude that was just he was in high school getting straight A's. He just sat in the back. He just didn't talk to anybody. He didn't he didn't play sports. He didn't hang out with people after school. He just showed up and he just did it really well, and then he just left. And he's probably just playing guitar or some shit by himself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But he just, I don't know, this seems like somebody that I went to high school with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't really pick up on a foreign vibe really, but he could totally be.
All the kids in my school up in Rockland, shout out Clarkstown South, all the kids that did that were like that, were born in another country. When you said that, I thought of 3 different kids. One was Farouk, one was Vadim, and one was somebody else. But Farouk was straight up Egyptian. He was probably I don't know, he probably came to the country probably when he was somewhere in the double digits, 10, and didn't mix in
yeah
that well. And then Vadim was like that, but he was Russian, you know what I mean, and he came over probably early double digits as well. So it's there's an Americanness. That's what I'm saying. It's that lead singer, we're just going off on tangents here. He just reminds me of somebody from a foreign place that speaks English very, very well. So I just don't know. It's just something about the seriousness of how he's saying his words. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, he was mad serious.
Yeah, and that just and that could be the kid in the American class that just doesn't mess with anybody. These kids, I'm way, Like, he's not in a teenage mentality. That kid mentally is already like 30.
Yeah.
Like, you know. So it's one of the two. Whatever it is, they all see average Americans as idiots.
Tell us about Porcupine Tree. All right, because we're intrigued. I mean, you saw I literally just added it to the playlist. Like, that was everything that I wanted it to be.
I saw him at it.
You know, it really happened. I added it to my dope playlist. That's the name of the playlist. It's dope. So thanks for Paul for suggesting this. We appreciate you. Shout out to everyone on Patreon, everyone on YouTube. You're the best. We're S.A.D After Dark. Definitely listen to our music if you haven't already. And we'll see you soon.